Hello and welcome, everybody. My name is Evil Mage. This is episode 28 of my Snowrunner hard mode playthrough. Today, we're going to head through the middle of the map. We're going to do Unlucky Fisherman. There's a task down there on the way that I actually haven't triggered yet for some reason. Been by there many times. I think I forgot it was there for a while. But we'll go trigger that. There's also a abandoned Transtar down there. It's a highway truck. We'll just end up selling it because highway trucks, other than the GMC 9500, are pretty much useless. The 9500 only gets good really late. You've got far better trucks by then, but it can at least be serviceable because it can get all-wheel drive and it can have a locking differential. So, I mean, I can find a use for it on some of the main roads, maybe pulling around maintenance vehicles and fuel trucks and stuff when we get to the maps that don't have a garage. But none of the other highway trucks really are even capable of some of that very easily, anyway. Especially this Transtar. And, well, I think it's just the Transtar and the Ford highway truck. There's only 3 if I remember right. But anyway, here's the task I wanted to collect. We got that one done. There's 3 barrels. One of them's in that shaded area that's not unblocked yet. And then the other 2 are along the bank there. We'll accept it. I don't know. It's like right here. Do we want to? I don't know. Stick to the plan, or do I want to do that task? It really shouldn't be that hard. See, I come into these sometimes with a plan, sometimes I don't. And then even sometimes when I have a plan, I don't stick to the plan. I'm really thinking about it, because this 3rd barrel's like right on... I don't think it's on that island. I think it's just to the left of that island, like right there. It's super easy. The furthest one out's a bit tough, because it's like right on the bank with a ton of muddy reed between the solid ground and you, and the solid ground and the barrels. I think I'm going to stick with the original plan. But it really is tempting. Alright. So there's the pickup for the Unlucky Fisherman. You can get to it from the little island, but it's really not worth it in hard mode. There's much easier, much safer ways to go. You'll burn a bit more fuel, but at least you won't be recovering 4 times because you get washed downriver. I've made it across, but that's just down to luck. I can't consistently do it. Not with base game trucks, anyway. should clarify. I am doing these vanilla. No mods. So, vanilla hard mode makes things a bit more tedious. Maybe a bit of a challenge. But, if you play it smart, you can get pretty far in vanilla with, or pretty far into hard mode with vanilla. I have finished Michigan with vanilla in hard mode before I decided I was going to do some streaming. Or not streaming, but some YouTube. I probably will eventually get into some streaming. But I feel like that's a better... I feel like that might be better multiplayer if I can find some people that'll do some things with me so that I have some give and take, since I don't know. Alright. So, we're going to head down the side of the quarry. There's the upgrade that I want to grab. I think it's the last upgrade on this map that we don't have, so we'll clear that off. Alright. This hill's not too bad. Most of the time it's not even worth going into hard mode. Or into low gear. Ugh. Hard mode. Alright, and we're down. With mud tires, this road here is not that big a deal. Not in this truck, anyway. The Western Star can handle it pretty well, but I don't have all the mods for it yet. Once it's fully equipped, it can handle most of this stuff, at least in Michigan, pretty easy. At the moment, I don't have all of the upgrades I need. Alright. Almost there. Squeeze through these two tree stumps. Alright. And raised suspension for the Scout. Cool. Alright. It can get a little top heavy. Maybe I'll use that. Maybe I won't. The Scout on the 35s is doing okay for now, so. Anyway, there's the abandoned truck. I think I'm actually going to go for the pickup first. Just going to follow this bank around here. It's actually pretty stable ground most of the way, so should be nice and easy to get that. That pickup's pretty light. So I shouldn't really struggle with that at all. We'll squeeze through this little gap in the trees. This is actually pretty simple here. Those big logs aren't that big a deal. They seem like they're more decoration than an obstacle to me. Although on occasion you might get hung up on some of the bigger ones. Excuse me, my throat's a little scratchy today. And this bank is really stable. Like, you don't sink in, it's not off balance. Just kind of follow the edge of the water here. Alright, now with the reeds here, you want to avoid those as much as possible. Some of that gets actually pretty nasty. So we'll just stick to the edge of the trees, make sure we always have something to winch to, just in case. Excuse me, jeez. Why is my throat so scratchy today? Alright. Alright. I'm gonna cut through the gap here in the trees again. So there's a little hole next to it on the outside there. Right around the corner, you should be able to see the scout. There it is. Okay. Nice solid ground here. Once you get around that last corner. Don't need the low gear anymore. Don't need the diff lock. Squeeze through the trees here again. And I'm gonna hook it hard left and back up to this truck. That should be good. Drop it in the water. I love how they just kind of float there until you actually interact with them, and then all of a sudden they're stuck. They're fine until you get there. They're just booby-trapped. Inch this in nice and tight so it doesn't hook on any of the trees that we're going to squeeze through. One of my own trucks, I might not winch it in quite that tight because I don't want it to run into me and take some damage. But with these task trucks, just basically winch them right up to your bumper and start pulling. That way you know exactly where it's going to go. The longer the cord, the more deviation it can have from your path. It's getting a little brighter here, so I can actually see a little bit into the reeds. I definitely want to grab that truck. I don't know. Maybe we could load the pickup on the flatbed and then pull the TranStar over there. That might be asking a little much of the Fleet Star here. Cut that a little tight, but I think I've got it winched in so far that it'll be fine. Yep. Made it right past. Okay. So we'll drop the pickup right here. And we'll go grab the TranStar. The task will get us a little money to clear, getting this pickup back to its owner. But that TranStar I'm going to sell for like 20 grand. That's a lot of cash. And we can definitely use some money. I'm on the bank here again. Should be able to jump across right there. It's not too deep. A little muddy. Not bad. Alright. So. God. That's twice I hit that same tree. Alright. Back towards it. Should be in winch range there. Got it kind of close, but we got it. And it falls in the water and gets trapped. See? Booby traps. All the vehicles are fine until we show up. And then we have to rescue them. This thing is a really heavy truck, apparently. And the bumper sits down really low. Basically acts as a mud plow. That's why the TranStar is pretty much useless off-road. Even with the few upgrades they'll give you. So you're definitely better off just selling this. Come on. See, just getting it through the water sunk us into the hill here. And a good winch point. Pull us up out of there. Try the other way. We moved a bit off of that one tree, but we're still caught on something. There. Are we free now? I think we're alright. Maybe. There we go. Didn't have my diff lock on. Still just barely moving with that. See, the bumper's just digging into the mud. It's not even... Oh, we broke through there. A little bit. At least we can see the bumper again. But... come on. Move us forward. More winching. We're digging in again. I like these old internationals in real life. This cab over's kind of cool. But it's just so useless in this game. I'd love to drive it in ATS. I like this truck. There might even be a mod for this one. I know there's a couple international cab overs, or I think there's one in ATS of the international cab overs. I don't think it's this one though. I haven't played that in a while now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'll run some ATS on my channel. Start a new save from the beginning. No one wants to see a guy that's already level 50 with like 90% of the map clear just running around doing nothing. I have a few different game saves on ATS. I don't know. I've probably really done every road, other than like Montana and Texas. I haven't played since those two are out. But I pretty much finished the whole map. Just not all on one save necessarily. I've got one that's like 97, 98% complete as far as the map. I've got one that's like 70%. I've got one that's relatively new. I think I'm like level 20 on that third save. I don't know. Anyways, back to Snowrunner. Follow the bank here. We got the TranStar at least over the hill there. Thing is so heavy. I had absolutely no issue pulling the pickup through here. It's a Scout though. A big truck pulling a Scout, that's not surprising. But I've pulled other vehicles through mud like this. This highway truck though just does not, even being pulled, it doesn't do well because that bumper sits so low. Come on. Now I'm going to hook that if I continue pulling like this. Come on. Winch it closer. I'm on the left bumper point, so that should save me. I should be able to get the front end around this tree here. Might end up hooking the back tires though. think I hooked it. Alright. We'll back up and we'll give it a bump. It's not that far off. I could probably get it around. At least the front bumper, but I would definitely hook the back axle if I did that. So, give it a little nudge, get it off the tree here. Not gonna let me do it. Alright. We'll move over to the right here. Get a better angle on it. Alright. We'll hook the side. Yep, perfect. Drag us over, drag the back end over a little bit. Alright. That should get the front bumper around. If I do it right, I might be able to use the tree as a pivot. It's not gonna do it. Alright, anyways. Maybe. No, definitely hooked the back axle there. Alright. It actually doesn't look that bad, so. Maybe the fuel, nope. Okay. Thought maybe the fuel tank was up against the tree, in which case I could use it as a pivot. Didn't work. Alright. So we'll back up next to it. Drag the back end over a little bit. No. It's stuck. Might as well use it to pull us back there. Now, hook to a tree. There we go. Pull us up in between those trees there. Maybe. There we go. Alright, now we'll hook the back of our truck up to the side of the other truck. There we go. Alright, the axle should be free there. No longer hooked on the tree. Getting low on fuel here. Probably have to go grab the International to come rescue it. Not a problem, though. We've done that many times before here. I still can't pull it driving. It's just digging. It's trying to plow a road with its bumper or something. It's working like a grader. You're not a grader. I'm trying to get you out of the mud. Stop it. All right. We get through the trees finally. Yes. All right. We have what? 8 gallons? Fine. How far can we get with that? 5 gallons. The last two we can't actually use though, so we don't have much fuel. We're not going to get out of here. The Scout's still on 35s without a lift and no snorkel. So, the closer we can get to being out of the water, the better. At around 2 to 3 gallons, this thing's going to start sputtering. So we are... oh, don't hit that pole. It hit it. But it didn't get stuck. See, the longer the winch cord, the more deviation from your path that it can have. So. But anyways, like I was saying, it'll start sputtering with like 2 or 3 gallons left. I'm hoping I can get like up to that next high point at least, because the deeper water doesn't really come into play at that end. Should be okay. One or two more gallons before it starts sputtering. Any minute now. Might be starting. It's kind of lurching a bit. Yep. There we go. Alright, it's done. We got to the high point, though. I wish I could have gotten one more. But we'll stop here. We'll go get the Scout. And we'll come back with more fuel. Alright. Scouts here. Tanks are... the roof rack's full. All the jerry cans are good, so... don't need to fill up or anything. We'll just head straight over. Didn't take us too long. This thing's fairly quick. As far as in-game vehicles, anyway. I really like the Scout. With the full-time diff lock. Sometimes you can get away with some stuff. Having the diff lock even at high speed can kind of keep you from getting stuck in the first place. And you don't really even need the all-wheel drive that often. So it can be really fuel efficient. Because of the full-time diff lock, you don't need to run around in four-wheel drive or anything. And the diff lock doesn't cost you fuel. Like in the other trucks, when you hit the diff locks, your fuel consumption goes way up. Well, this, with the full-time diff lock, I mean, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. I've even seen it down at 0.4, 0.3 miles, or gallons per minute. Which, with the diff lock on, nothing can do that, other than this truck that I remember. I've played this with and without mods, in normal mode and in hard mode. I've got probably 1,000 hours in this game. And I've used a lot of vehicles over the years. I've never seen one this fuel this fuel efficient is what I was trying to say. Sorry, I have some nerve and brain damage, so sometimes I get stuck in a sentence. Anyways. Don't drive off the edge of the bridge there. We don't need to flip you and flood you. We're on a rescue mission, not out to get stuck ourselves. Come on. Not there. It's the next gap in the guardrail. Right there. No. Okay. This thing's kind of top heavy, but it's so fuel efficient. I don't like making this thing even taller, even more top heavy than it is. That's why I was debating whether or not to use the raised suspension on this. If I put the raised suspension on and don't put on bigger wheels, it'll give me some ground clearance since I don't have a snorkel yet without raising it too high up, but it becomes more unstable. So with the bigger wheels and the raised suspension, that kind of, it's a little more stable. As far as, I don't know. It seemed, because the bigger wheels, the bumps don't affect you as much. You just tend to roll right over them. So that's good. But at the same time, it makes it so tall and top heavy that on like steep climbs, it'll just roll right over backwards. It'll do a back somersault right over itself. Yeah. And side angles like that. Almost rolled it. Okay. That's the one problem with this. I love it because it's so fuel efficient, but it's so top heavy. Like, the pickup's not as top heavy, but it's also not as efficient, and it doesn't. I can't carry that much fuel on it yet. And I don't know that there's a mod to add the big rack. I know it's got a roof rack and you can put stuff in the bed. I don't know if the big rack like this on the truck is a mod or if it's vanilla. I don't know. But in any case, I don't have access to it yet. I'm not a high enough level. Which is why I'm not using the pickup. Plus, I got that big 5.0 that just drains fuel. I'm thinking about putting back in one of the smaller engines in the pickup for now. You don't really need the 5.0 unless you're trying to pull a scout trailer. So, I don't know. Just thoughts running through my head. Alright, so let's get this TranStar up out of here, now that we got fuel again. Video's running a little long here. How much longer? I want to get this up the hill. Maybe I'll pull it all the way back and then come back. And I think I'm going to load the... Maybe I'll load the Scout on the flatbed and then pull the pickup. The Scout load's fairly easy, especially with that roof rack. I think it's got an attach point for the crane and I can just pick it up onto my bed, maybe. We'll see. I know I've done that in the past, but I don't know... I don't know if you can do that in vanilla or if that's a modded version of that truck. I don't know. Anyways. There are so many great mods for this. But there's so many that are just so cheaty too. Like I'm sure you guys have seen other people's videos. Especially, who is it? Spy Cakes? I love his channel, by the way. He and Komodo and Obi, those guys are awesome. But anyways, Spy Cakes uses a lot of mods in this. Some of those are just so OP. So, I don't know. Using them in an actual story, like in a game mode, just doesn't feel right to me. I might do some of that stuff. Probably not in this save. I might create a save specifically for just out there random mods and stuff and maps. Hook up some Wiimod and put some cash in the game. I don't know. Wiimod's great, by the way. I love them. If I'm just goofing around on some saves, I like the unlimited fuel on some goof around Snowrunner saves and the no damage. I'm pretty sure that some of those guys I mentioned earlier, I think Spy Cakes might use Wiimod or something. Because I know sometimes on his videos he's got like no damage cheats and stuff. That's always fun. But on my playthroughs, I don't use that stuff. I like a challenge. Get up the hill. Come on. Almost there. Alright. We got the TranStar on the solid ground. Nice. Back to its home turf. I can pull it easy. Let's take it all the way to the garage. We'll get some more fuel and we'll come back for the scouts. At speed, this game has some weird handling. There's speed wobbles in a semi. Of course, it could be me. Like I said, I've got some nerve damage. My hands don't always do what I tell them to do. I wish I could get my wheel to work on this game. I'm having to do this on controller, which you can probably tell from the UI that's up on the screen. But every time I plug my wheel in, like even with no throttle pressed or anything, it just starts, the vehicles kind of get a mind of their own. I won't even be touching the wheel, and like my truck will be driving in a circle. But it only does it in Snowrunner. Like in ATS, it's fine. On Forza, it's fine. On whatever, it doesn't care. ETS, it's good. Wreckfest, it's fine. Project Cars, it's good, doesn't care. Assetto Corsa, it's fine, doesn't care. Only Snowrunner. As soon as I hook the wheel up, it just starts, like, inching forward and dragging left. And it's kind of a perfect condition G29, so... excuse me. If anyone knows what that's about, let me know. I can't figure it out. I've gone through all the control settings and all the dead zone settings, and I don't know. It's such a slow-paced game, though. I don't know. Like I said, I've never gotten the wheel to actually work. But if I can figure it out, maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe you don't need it. Because it's, like I said, it's such a slow-paced game. I don't like how slow the front wheels, like the turning and stuff, takes effect, and the auto return to center, how slow it is. Maybe if the wheel would speed a bit of that up, give you a little better control. That would be nice. Anyways, we're almost back to the garage. Just in time, too. 13 gallons. We'll be at about 10 by the time we get up this hill, probably. Maybe less. Ooh. Bogging down. Come on. Get up the hill. See, the TransStar plows so much of the mud. It's crazy. But it doesn't... I guess it's bouncing around a little bit, but it doesn't seem to clip on the rocks. Like I would expect, as much as I would expect it to, compared to when it's in the mud. Alright, so we got that back. We'll drop it off. I don't know why I just repaired it. Do you get more money when you sell it? I don't know. See, there's no... The diff lock, the all-wheel drive, both just no. Can't even have them. It's pointless. Useless. Sell you! 20-some, yeah? It's a decent price. And the cash will be far more useful than that truck ever will. Alright. Wrong. Didn't mean to go to global map. Meant to go back to normal map. Alright. Let's get some more fuel and we'll head back and get the other stuff. How much fuel is left in you? Ugh. Okay. I always just bomb down this hill so quick I end up taking damage like the second I leave the shop. I don't know why. I know I do it and I just... I keep doing it. Come on. Yeah, gather it up. Nice long drive. Might be able to pull that pickup with the Scout, but I don't know. The Scout's still got I think the default engine in it. Not a whole lot of power. And the mud's kind of deep. I don't know. I could probably do it. It'll be easier with this truck to just pull them, to bring them both back. Over the bridge. There's the fisherman's house. Don't worry, your truck is coming. I didn't forget about you. More suspension damage on paved roads. Alright, back down the hill. Alright. Out into the flats. Alright. There's the Scout. Let's go grab the pickup real quick. And at least tow it back to the Scout there. Still kind of get the feeling that some of this water might be too deep for the Scout. At the moment. It's not raised, no snorkel, 35s. Ooh. Didn't realize I was hooked to the side of the truck there. Come on. Alright, there we go. That's better. Come on. Suck it in there nice and tight. How did I get myself stuck? Crazy. Alright, we'll just shove you out of the way here a little bit. It's hilarious. I got the Fleet Star through this. No problem. Or not the Fleet Star, the Trans Star. And now for some reason I'm struggling with the pickup. What did I get? What did I do? Am I off the path a little bit? I don't know. There. Huh. I went somewhere I wasn't supposed to, or hit something. I don't know. Should I pick up the Scout and put it on my flatbed? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll... What do I want to do here? See, it's got that top hook. Although, maybe it might be... This is gonna load fairly easy, because I got it so straight. I think I can get this up here pretty good. So maybe we'll do that. Ooh! Nose stand! You're not a motorcycle. Stop doing stoppies. Get up on the platform. Now I'm kind of determined just to get this up here. The Scout has that top pick point on the roof rack. I can just pick it up and put it there, but... Oh, there we go. This does too. If I can get it targeted. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you're driving away from me when I'm trying to pull you up here. Come on. What is that? Okay. Pack you. And attach winch. There we go. All right. Oh yeah. I think this was the right way to go. The big tires on the Scout, it's rolling through this mud way easier. Not what I originally planned on doing, but I think this worked better. That pickup with the little teeny stock tires would have had more resistance through the mud. Alright, inch my way up the hill here. I wish I had a better transmission in this. Can't remember if the vanilla version of this has a, I guess the Snowrunner transmission or whatever they call it, with the low plus. That might just be Scouts. I know I've had a low plus in the big trucks before, but that might have been on mods. Ooh. Don't tip over. Come on. Just gotta get up this hill and we're home free. Up, 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 up. Come on. The two of you combined shouldn't be any heavier than the Transstar that I already pulled up this. Alright. There we go. Release the Scout. Is it that one? No, it's the other one. Of course it is. Okay. It should auto unload. Boink. Done. Cool. Except that cache, that takes care of the Unlucky Fisherman. We could just tow this, but They keep trying to drive away from me. Alright. No! Get back here. Why does it do that? I don't understand. Get you up off the ground and you can do whatever you want with your damn wheels. Is it gonna line itself up? Not really. See, he's still trying to drive. You're 10 feet off the ground. Why are your wheels moving? No. Should have just pulled it. If I let go of you, what are you gonna do? No. Why are you being such a pain? See, you'll line up, just not when you're over the bed. What is up with you? There we go. Now, lift. Straight up. Don't turn. Don't turn. No, you're turning. Maybe I can drive it into place. Ah! What am I doing? A little bit of damage. That's just frustration at work right there. Should have just towed it from the beginning, like I'm doing now. Don't know if you can hear that, but my dog is barking at the back door. One of them. Alright, get back to the garage so I can go let my dog out. Come on. Oh, hey. Some people are starting to wake up. I hear people. I do a lot of recording and especially editing, like if I need to do voiceover or whatever. I do that like super early morning when everyone else is asleep, so it's nice and quiet. Now that people are waking up, it's gonna get loud. almost there. Alright, so we got Unlucky Fisherman done. We rescued the TranStar and sold it for a bunch of cash. And we got an upgrade. That's not a bad episode. I think I'm going to call this video here as soon as I get back to the garage. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, and feel free to subscribe to keep up with this or any of the other games I've been posting. I think I'm going to start putting some ATS up here too with a new save, so got that to look forward to. Anyways, I hope to see you in the next episode, and have a wonderful day. And here we are. Alright, bye-bye now.